Check one, check two. Hi, it's G from the Chatterbox podcast.
Hey, how are you?
I'm very well. I'm sorry for calling you just like this, but if I don't do it now, it will never happen. Okay, so
Yeah, awesome.
because that's life, right? That's life. We're all busy. We're all doing things, and I promised you that I would get back in touch. And you had a question, and if
Yeah,
if it is possible, and you want to talk about it now, I have time.
yeah, sure. Why not? I have also time, many time. You can talk about it. No problem at all.
Okay, super cool. So your question was about culture, right? Can you
Yeah.
remember the question? What was the question again?
Actually, I all. Hello.
You forgot.
Yeah, I want to know about the culture of different countries. In which country you belong?
Well, right now I'm in Slovakia in Central Europe, but I think your original question was about should we follow the rules of culture and how important is culture in our lives? Yeah.
Yeah, is it really effect on our life to
Mhm,
move on to
mhm,
establish our career?
mhm,
Culture sometimes matters, society actually.
mhm,
In Bangladesh, where I uh, live in, there is
mhm,
so restricted family, restricted
mhm,
culture. You cannot go outside alone. You cannot go because you're a girl. You have to be safe. You have to be go with. You have to go with your brother or your husband or your father. This kind of culture is going on because we are not safe.
mhm,
That's why I asked you that question. Is it
mhm.
really matters? I I really fed up with this
Okay.
restriction.
Yeah, well, it's a great question. I need a little bit more information first. When you say not safe, it's not safe. Well, what does that mean? Because I'm
Because
not.
yeah, you can continue.
No,
Please finish
no,
the
it's okay. I just want to get your definition of what that means because in my part of the world, it's not a problem, but in your part of the world, it is a bit of a problem. So what does that mean? It's not safe to go out.
Is
Why
it
is it not
it's
safe?
yeah, it's not safe means in our culture uh, our country is the ranking is on first ranking
Mhm.
to in raping, you know, girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So yeah,
harassment.
sexual aggression, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sexual
Hmm.
harassment. And if I go for job in a job, there are also harassment. I cannot if I have capability, I have knowledge, I have my degree, but I cannot
Hmm.
do job with my
Hmm.
own, you know,
Hmm.
own desire. So
Okay.
why? This
Okay. Mhm.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So what we are looking for is solutions to problems, right? We're looking for answers to questions, right?
Actually,
And
there is no solution. If if we don't want to change, there is no solution.
but
Actually, I
there's one solution. Leave. Leave your country.
leave the country.
Leave the country, right? Every day, people get on planes and fly from
But
one country to
I
another
think
country.
in
Millions of people.
every country, everywhere, girls will be treated like this. I think.
That's absolutely not true. There are 200 countries in the world,
Okay.
and at least I would say at least 25, and I'm talking about what we call the IQ advanced countries, which are Europe, Northern Europe, Canada,
Okay.
North America, New Zealand,
Uh huh.
Australia. These
Okay.
countries have pretty. stable and open societies where a lot of the time women are treated equally to men. There's an understanding that there's not a male-dominated society, and even if there is a male-dominated society, women have a very special role to play, and it's an irreplaceable role. Only women can do it, so they're respected. They're respected for that. Yeah. So that it's like, for example, I'm in Slovakia. Slovakia is, it's safe 99% of the time for women everywhere. I mean, I don't know anyone who's been attacked. I don't know anyone who's had anything bad happen to them. Of course, if you do something stupid, right, that's different, right? If you go out to a bar with your friends and you drink too much alcohol and you don't remember what you did, I mean, that's just stupid, right? So there are parts of, and that's why I said if the place where you are living does not have the same standards for life that you expect from your life, you have to leave.
Okay.
You have to get it.
This is the ultimate solution of this problem.
Well, you can't change the culture. You have absolutely no power to change the culture.
Yeah, sure.
So the only other alternative is to look. If you're living in don't think of it as a country. Like, think of it as a neighborhood. Imagine you live in a big city somewhere, right? And there's a bad part of the city and a good part of the city. Yeah. So if you live in the bad part of the city, you want to move to the good part of the city. Naturally, you want to get away from problems. You want to get away from that. That's absolutely natural. If you're going to a bad school, you want to change and go to a good school, right? It is natural. It's absolutely natural. So if you're in a country where you are not respected for the skills and abilities that you have to leave, because that's the only way you're going to get respect. The only way you're going to get respect is if you surround yourself with people who respect you, because you can't change culture. You can't do it. It's too big. It's too powerful. It's too strong, right? Let's take a really silly example, right? Let's say you like playing basketball, right? And let's say there's no basketball team where you live. You've got two choices. Number one, start your own team, or number two, move to somewhere where you can join some team, right? And it's probably better to move to where something else already exists than try to change and start something new. Bangladesh is a big country, and to try to change the culture is to try to be like Gandhi, right? And you spend 70 years trying to do that, and then you get blown up, right? I mean, it's hard. I mean, respect to people who try to do it, because it's the only way to take life forward. But we don't have, a lot of the time, we don't have 70 years, right? We don't even have 7 minutes, right? And so this is my advice to people who are in a situation where their values do not match the cultural values. Yeah. Let's just say, and from what you tell me, I think that you have higher standards than your culture has. Yeah. You have higher expectations than your culture has. So you've got to find a culture that respects your expectations. Otherwise, you'll always be unsatisfied, and you'll always be a little bit depressed and a little bit unhappy, because you can't get what you want. You can't get what you need in that kind of situation. So this is my advice, and I've said this to people for years and years and years. If you're not happy where you are, there's only 3 things you can change. You can change time, you can change people, and you can change place. And the most effective thing to change is the place. You have to change from one place to another place. If you live in a flat and you're not happy with the flat, look for another one. It might take years. Look for another one. If you're unhappy in your country and you want to move, you take a job, or you get some money, or you save some money, or you do that for a year, and then you buy a ticket and you get on the plane and you go to another country and you experience life there. Yeah. And you try. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? The worst thing that's going to happen is somebody will put you on a plane and send you back to your own country, right?
Yeah. Right.
Right, that's the worst thing. That if you do it intelligently, that's the worst thing. That and they pay for it, right? Because they don't want you there, right? They're like, you shouldn't be in our country. You don't have a visa. We put you on a plane and send you back to your country. So that's the worst thing that can happen if you do it intelligently. You know, don't you can't live in a place. You know, you can't be happy in a place where you are tolerated. You can't ever be happy in a place where you are tolerated. You can only be happy in a place where you are celebrated. So you have to step out of the environment of tolerance and into the environment of celebration, where people love you for who you are. They're going to help you for who you are, and they're not going to push you down and keep you down. They're going to give you a hand up to the next level. And if you don't surround yourself with people who are at the next level, if you don't surround yourself with people who want to help you up, you're not doing what you need to do for you. You owe you, right? You owe you. What that means is you have to do the things that are the best things to give yourself the best opportunity. And if you don't, then you're not helping yourself.
Okay.
You're absolutely not helping yourself. So
you are in some cases. I think you are right. But leaving country, I think it's really difficult for me right now. But I'll try.
Okay, let me tell you one thing that you have, which is fantastic. Okay, you have the ability to communicate very well in the English language.
Yeah.
Right? That means that you can do business everywhere, right? That means you can work everywhere.
Thanks for this. Thanks.
Okay, and
I'll try.
I mean, and look, I'm not saying that this is going to solve all your problems, because I don't know what all the problems are, right? But what I am saying is that you've got to put yourself in the right environment. Yeah. If you're a flower and you don't have water and you don't have sunlight and you don't have rich, nutritious soil to grow in, you die. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely right.
Yeah, and so you've got to give yourself that right environment where you can live, and more than live, you can thrive. Yeah, you can live well. You can live to the best of your ability. You've got time to work. You've got time to study. You've got time to develop your own skills. You can be appreciated by if the people around you don't appreciate you, then why the hell would anybody want to spend time with people who don't appreciate them? It makes no sense.
Yeah, no sense. But you have to. If we are in this country, we have to live with this society, and we have to move with this society, and we can live. We can leave this society, society's culture, society's mind, society's so-called bad impact. We have to move with this all. Every day, we have to tolerate all the kinds of bullshit. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You're right. No, you're right.
It's a slip of tongue. Yeah.
No, you're right.
We have to move it. All these things, So I can't read all of these alone. I can't change all of these all of their mind alone.
Yes, absolutely, and don't try, because it's not possible, right?
Yeah, I really don't try.
No, don't try. It's not possible. I mean, human evolution is so slow that the best thing you can do is do what you need to do for yourself, to know yourself, to understand what you need, and then to give yourself what you need. Basically, basically, when people become adults, nobody is going to give you what you need. You have to go out and make it and take it, and you have to give to the world and put energy into your life, and if and you have to do it in the right place. Right, you have to do
Yeah.
it in the right place
Right.
at the right time with the right people for everything to work. And if your feeling is that it's not working, then you have to go with that, right? Because that's all you've got. Not only do you owe you know you, right? You know who you are better than anybody else. You know what you need better than anybody else. You know what you feel better than anybody else. You know, other people can tell you, like I can tell you what to do, but only you know deep down inside what the best thing is to do for you. Right? You know it much better than what I know. I can give you ideas, I can give you options, but at the end of the day, there's a decision that has to be made. If you want if you want your life to be better, the very first thing you have to do is make a decision that I want everything to be better. Once you make the decision,
Yeah.
you take a step forward, and then you take the next step, and you do a little bit every single day. You take one step closer to your goal, and maybe it takes you a year to reach your goal. Maybe it takes you 3 years. Maybe it takes you 5 years. Think about university and university studies, right? University studies, you know, that's 5 years, 6 years, 7 years for some people. 7 years to get a piece of paper, just to get a piece of paper
Oh,
and the knowledge with it, right? So you know, these things take time. You have to invest time and energy into anything if you want it to be better. And if you feel that you're not appreciated, if you feel that the cultural values are different from your values, then you need to do something, because everybody needs a community around about them where they fit into the community. Without community, we can't get anywhere, because
yeah,
you
sure.
you can't do it alone. It's impossible. Nobody you know nobody society exists and survives through people doing different things, and all of these things coming together, right? We couldn't build anything if we just tried to do it alone by ourselves. So you have to find a community of people that have similar thoughts to you, similar ideas to you, and
Yeah.
where you can fit in. And that's scary. Changing where you are is scary sometimes. But but if you don't try, it's worse,
Mm,
right?
right.
Because if you don't try, what happens is the voice in the back of your mind starts to talk to you like, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, what might have been, or what could have been, or what should have been. It eats away at you, and so that's why you have to listen. You have to listen to yourself. You will tell yourself what you need from your experiences. You will tell yourself, this works, this doesn't work, I like this, I don't like that. And then you have to listen to, know which voice in your head is your voice, and that's the voice that will keep you free.
Yeah, sure.
You're like, yeah, sure, whatever, right?
No, never not right. You are absolutely right, and your words so much important for me. Each and every word. Like uh, now I'm awake. Now I feel the new morning, the new day. Your words are so inspiring. Thank you so much.
Well, you're very welcome. You're very
I'll
welcome. And
to
what,
make my life so wonderful in a new culture, in a new country. I'll try my best.
Well, it's step by step. It's never easy, and you have to make intelligent choices. And there's always problems wherever we go. And remember that knowing what is right doesn't make it any easier. Right? This is really important to understand, because you still have to make very important decisions every single day. You have to make important decisions, and knowing what is the right thing to do it doesn't make it any easier. You still have the same problems. Yeah, but you're a little bit closer. First you have to know what is right, and then you make the decision, and then you learn. Then you learn. And if you don't give yourself new experiences, you're dead already. Okay? right? If you don't give yourself new experiences, you lose the opportunity to learn, and you become useless to the people around about you. Yeah, and none of us want to be like
Yeah.
that. We all want to be useful and helpful. And if you're on Anchor, then I know that you're progressive and you're reaching out and trying to do something different. And if you're communicating in English, then
Thank you.
then as well as you are doing, then I know that you have intellectual abilities, and so you have to use them. Yeah, if you don't use the skills that you have, no one else is, right? You know, they're just wasted. So you use the skills you have, realize the talents you have, build your skills, and take the next step. Do whatever it is you need to do, but do it intelligently, right? You know, think about it, plan it out. You know, don't base everything on impulses. You know, look at the pros and the cons, the positives and negatives. Do a cost benefit analysis. Do a business SWOT analysis of it. You know, look at what this could be good, this could be bad. You know, what are the possibilities, and know what you're getting into, and try, because you know, if you don't try, you die. That's it.
Yes, right.
There,
So,
there we go. Does that answer your question?
sorry?
Does that answer? I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're awesome. And I really, truly, from my bottom of my heart, I thank you. Really thank you.
Oh no! Look, I thank you. We're all here to help each other, right? So
Yeah,
we're all here to help. If we're not helping each other, there's no point to anything, right?
yeah, right. No point to
So,
realize.
so
That's the point.
well, oh, super cool. Hey, I want to wish you a great day, and
Thank you.
I want to let you know that if you have got any other questions, if there's anything else I can help you with, send me a message. Let me know. We'll get in touch and we can chat about it. Okay?
Of course. Yeah, sure. Have a nice
Okay.
day.
Super cool. You have a fantastic day. Take care.
Take care too.
Okay. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Take care. Have a nice day.
Thank you.